Hi there, friends. Welcome to Halloween Spooktacular. Hello, friends. Sorry for the delay. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited. Gonna pull up your comments. Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited to be crafting. And to spend my Friday nights with you. Hello, welcome in. I'm gonna move my camera just a little bit. Take you for a ride. Hello, hey all, how you doing? Oops, oh God. I'm sorry, I'm very disorganized today, but I'm gonna get myself together, I promise. Hello. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I am Julie with PhotoFabPaperFlowers, and it is Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Wow, it's our second annual, and I'm super excited to again collaborate with my friend and paper florist mentor, Forever Petals by V. So welcome in everyone. We're super excited. If you missed V's tutorial, it is saved on her Facebook page, and she made 2 Spooktacular flowers today. So I was sporadically on and off when I was eating lunch and working, checking in just to make sure everything was going great, and looks like everybody was having a great time. So we are super excited, and now I'm done work and I can relax and we can have some fun this weekend, and I'm so looking forward to it. So welcome, Stephanie. Hey Donna. Hi Jackie. Hey Chrissy. Hey, Kathy, Brenda, welcome. Lupe, my friend. Hi, Grace, Valley, Phyllis, Amanda. Oh, Donna, I got my project in right at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I am super excited. Out for review, so I can relax now. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for asking. Amanda, I hear about the stress. Girl, I shed a few tears this week. Don't you worry. I am with all of you. But it's good I cry and then I get it out. And then I get a hug. But it's all good. We are going to have some fun. We are working with the Halloween Spooktacular mini flower bundle. So we're working with template 3 tonight. So with the mini flower bundle, you do receive 3 centers for each template. Oh, this one you get 4, sorry. 4 centers. I even have my glasses on. All right, you get 4 centers, 3 leaves, and 3 petals on each of them, okay? Oh, Amanda, I'm sorry. Hi, Mary. Thank you all for joining. Again, it's mini flower 3 and 4. We're going to just continue the numbering for each year's Halloween Spooktacular. And again, there are 4 centers, 3 leaves, and 3 petals in each of with each template, okay? And then you can coordinate to use them with Forever Petals by V's paper flowers as well. And I am going to be using her template with one of my flowers as well. So how you can mix in, and hers aren't actually that large. She's making smaller individual petal flowers, where we're using the mini flowers where they're all connected. All right, so we're going to start out. We're going to make 2 flowers. Now the second one I did tweak from my original instructions, so I have a red pen to mark up any differences because it's kind of going to be on the fly. Hi, Rochelle. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I'm super excited. So it's Halloween Spooktacular. Let's go ahead and get started. So again, we're using mini flower number 3 tonight to kick off day 1. So this is flower number 1. Now, don't worry about everything. As soon as we're done, I'll type up a chart for you because I know it's kind of confusing and if you can't read my chicken scratch. But we are going to make this super cute flower. And again, depending on what color, your ink may change. But with our project that we're going to be making, and since it's Halloween event, I'm going to use Black Soot Distress Oxide. Okay, now if you are not a fan of Halloween, there's no worries. This would be a beautiful Christmas flower. It would be a beautiful fall flower. So you could still use like a gold color with our favorite crackling campfire, which is one of my favorites, and we use on the marigold. So think how you can use that. So we're just using regular old orange paper, and mine is Orbit Orange from Astrobrights. Okay, and then I'm going to use Black Soot. For my sepal, I am using from Cardstock Warehouse. So they are local in Pennsylvania here. And I'm going to try and get that underneath. It is Pop Tone Jelly Bean Green, and it comes in a pack of 250. It was on clearance. It is a great green color. You could also use Spice Market green or any green that you like. Okay. So I'll go through the sizes. We are using petal number 3 for our sepal. So you do need 2 different sizes, one at 3 inches wide and one at 2.5. So when you set it up in your machine's design space, you can just put in the width, but keep your image locked and your height will automatically adjust. Okay. Hey V, thanks everyone for joining. So we need one at 3 inches wide, whoops, and one at 2.5 inches wide. So this shows you, though there's no sepal that comes with the bundle, how we can use our petals for our sepal. Okay. Then we're going to use petal number 1. So she is an 8 petal flower. All right, so she has 8 petals on her. So petal number 1, we're going to cut 3 of them at 3.5 inches wide. We're going to switch to petal 2, which only has 7 petals. You need 2 of them at 3.25 inches wide. Then we switch to center number 3. This is super fun. I love taking shapes and putting them together to create flowers. I never know what it's going to turn out, but I love manipulating the shapes. So center 3, we're going to cut 2 of them at 3 inches wide. And then you're going to cut 2 of them at 2.75 inches wide. And lastly is center number 4. Super skinny, but we're continuing just playing with that same original shape for the petal. And we need 4 of them at 2.5 inches wide. Okay? So again, don't stress out. I will type this up, put it in the comments, but of course at the end, probably by the end of next week, hopefully I have a maker's market coming up that you'll have written instructions. So I promise to try and keep on top of it. All right, so again, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to ink my petals first. And of course, inking is totally optional. For my green, I love to use forest moss. This is one of my favorites. And where do I buy these? Well, each year, locally here in Pennsylvania, and specifically more in, I think, Lancaster County, we have what's called Buggies and Bud Shop Hop, and it actually is next weekend. So we go around to local craft stores, and they offer a passport where you get a discount when you shop there. in September, October, and then again they give you a coupon usually for February. They stamp your passport and you can be entered in to win additional prizes. So I do shop, and that's when I get, once a year, I look at my stash of Distress Oxide. I haven't had to replace any of these at all. And you know I use a lot of the black soot, the forest moss, crackling campfire, especially now in the fall. But my green, I use this in another color. So that's where I purchased mine. They are available in my Amazon storefront. So any supplies that we are using, I do make sure I tag it in there as well if you don't have any local stores to shop at. So for our sepals, even though it's super duper close, I'm going to look for a darker color, but I love an olivey green color. But use whatever you have and whatever your favorite fall green is. I like to use my finger dabbers, so I do purchase these again online from Amazon. I just got a new supply. I will use them until they're all chewed up, meaning they start to leave little pieces of the sponge behind. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, Kathy. Welcome in, everybody. Anna, that's awesome because I think it's so great. I love seeing all the ladies once a year, and we have a lot of fun shopping around, and we eat and just laugh. And we usually get lost because I don't know my north, south, east, west, and I never think to look on the car. So, or we miss a turn because I'm talking. But it's a lot of fun. So shout out to the ladies at Serenity Manor. So I was super stressed yesterday, and a bunch of my friends, including Kim McLean, who you always see on here, she is at a scrap retreat or craft retreat, and we all met for dinner, and it was super nice to get out and talk and just see people. So we're going to, in a circular motion, add some ink, and then I just go over all the petals. Now your hands will get black because we are using black. Now I did ink last night and it does come off, so don't stress out. If I'm doing a lot, I will put on gloves, so it's your choice. So just cover it to make it have some color variation to make it more realistic. Now if you choose not to use a sepal, that's okay. So for this one flower, I was lucky enough I could pre-ink it late last night. So if you saw my stories. So I add some forest moss kind of all over it. And then I take my black soot. So you can see I reuse my dabbers. I have a whole bunch of black ones here. Valley, I am. Right now, my fingernails aren't cold. I have to see if the water, if I touch the water, if it'll make them go dark. They were darker because it was kind of cold today. I had to wear a coat earlier today. We're going to go around the edges. And I'm not super careful, so don't worry about it. It's a Halloween flower. So that's why we're adding some black, kind of like we did with our leaves for our eyeball Halloween arrangement. Yes, Brenda. It's super fun. The reason I'm not there is because we're having Halloween Spooktacular, or else I would have loved to just get away and hide. And luckily enough, they were super close, and we ate super close to my house. So I'm using 65-pound cardstock. So welcome in everybody again. If you joined late, I will post the sizes in the comments when we're done, but I'll show you again. And optionally inking, of course, if you don't want to ink, that's super okay. This is where we can give you options, and then you just take it and run with it. So the black soot will make it almost like a gray haze over it. Okay, and you'll do that for both of your sepals. And if you hear a band, it's just the football stadium near my house. The high school has a football game, I guess, home. I'm like, ooh, the band's playing. We got some background music. All right, I'm going to flip them over. And again, I did pre-ink, so you can see I went around the edges. But I did leave one of each to show you. Okay, so now, again, for all my solid colors, this is Orbit Orange from Astrobrights. I finally got smart, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I come down the right side on all the petals. Now, did anybody else do it this way? Where before I would go around each petal, I'm like, seriously. A little shortcut. Just do all the right sides. And then you can come back and do all the left sides. I think it's super fast. Am I the only? Yes! Rochelle Mustangs. I don't even know who they're playing. Do you know? I don't think I've been to a football game since we were in high school. So again, you just go around each of the sides and look how fast it is. Flip it over, and now we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do all of the right side. And I do both sides. So I'm not going all the way down the center because you really don't see it there, but you're just highlighting the shape. So this is actually the template that I designed for Halloween Spooktacular, and our friend V, she designed template 4. So it's super fun taking each other's templates and then coming up with flowers. It keeps us on our toes and we love it. So we're super excited. Yeah, it is so quick, Margarita. Why didn't I not think of this? Like last night I was sitting here, you know, late after dinner. I was so full. And I was like, oh my God, why did I never do this before? All right, so there you have it. You ink both sides around the edge. You want to highlight that claw shape, as we're going to call it. So I did that for the, these are the 7-layer petals, and they're exactly the same way. Then you go to center 3, and we're basically going to do exactly the same thing. So with these petals, I think I mentioned it before, I have a Cricut Explorer Air 2, and if you're newer here, his name is Larry. Chip is in retirement, but Larry I use on the mostly the regular cardstock. Sometimes I'll go to light cardstock, but I do use the Cricut Premium Fine Cut Blade for all my cuts. I just leave it in there. And you don't need the whole cartridge, you just get a new blade. And I should have marked the date. I just changed it, and it lasts me normally maybe 4 to 6 months, and I cut pretty many petals. All right, so we're going to go again around the edge. So let's do it again. So again, I'm going to go down all the right side. And again, you don't have to use black if you prefer not to. You could use a dark gray. Now, I'm using warmer colors for my project. V did use a beautiful purple and black today. So it's going to be great to see that we're kind of doing the same project, but in our own different styles. So you get 2 different views on how you can make it. So now we're going to come back through and do the opposite side. Why didn't I think of this? I don't know, V. That's a good thing, but you know, I'll be doing that shop hop next week where a lot of the Amish and Mennonite craft stores, they have a lot of these inks because they make cards. So I will double check. This was the one that spoke to me. Super fast. Flip it over, and then we're going to come down the right side. I need to make a list of what I have so I don't rebuy the same thing. So come down the one side. Now I like to do this, like if you're making a bunch of these, I cut all my petals and then I just sit and watch TV in bed and I ink petals. Oh yeah, Linda has like all of them, right? Come around and now we're going to do all of the opposite side. Super duper fast. Who's excited for Halloween Spooktacular? And we thank you so much for joining us. We have a full lineup. Today was day one. We will each create a playlist on our Facebook pages. So I will have them, all my videos saved here. And also I do share these videos each time she is live. Tomorrow we have a full day. If you heard, Florist the Explorers is back in action for Halloween, so we'll be super excited to spend our Saturday night. I'm kicking off tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Our friend Forever Petals by V, she will be at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then lastly, we finish up our night with Florist the Explorers, creating the Uncreated at 8 p.m. Eastern. But I can sit back and have a drink and laugh my tushy off. So again, now this is center number 4. We had 4 of those. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Come down the one side. Oh boy, V. I'm super sad I can't be there in person because, oh my God, it's so funny. And then on Sunday, we round out our day. We may make another flower, but we will be creating a project. And if you didn't see the project list, I do have it pinned. And I also have it posted in the PhotoFabPaperFlower Makers group, friends. So again, we're just coming down the other side. We want this to be like kind of dirty and spooky-ish. So if you like a much cleaner look, that's okay. Or you don't like to ink at all, that's quite all right. Yeah, so if you didn't see my stories, my fingernails do change color when my fingers get cold. It's super funny. Sometimes they're 2 colors, sometimes they're 3 colors. So like if I'm drinking a beverage, like has cold water or something in it, they will start to change. Come down the one side and now we come up the other side with our ink. Sorry, the inking's not the exciting part, right? Oh, cooler weather in Texas. I know, my friend. We're supposed to get like a tropical storm tomorrow. It's supposed to be more coastal, but we could get heavy rain. So hopefully that doesn't interfere with my internet. And very windy tomorrow. All right, that's our inking for our first flower. So again, flower number 1. For petal 1, you need 3 at 3.5. Petal 2, 2 at 3.25. Center 3, we did 2 at 3 inches wide and 2 at 2.75. Center 4 is our very center. We need 4 at 2.5, and petal 3 we're using as our sepal. 1 at 3 inches wide and 1 at 2.5. All right, and again, I'll type this up as soon as we're done and post it in the comments. So don't stress out. Let's just have some fun and let's start creating this gorgeous flower. Now, I didn't mark what we used our sepal. So we're going to take our chart. So we're going to use our color-coded dowel rod. So if you are in need of any, I do offer them in my Etsy shop. And we are going to use, so for our larger sepal, the 3 inches, we're going to use our Coastal Blue, which is our 3/16. All right, so we are going to, I'm going to keep the claw to the right. So I'm just going to update my instructions. So when we say to the right, the hook is pointing towards the right. All right, so place your dowel rod down in the middle of the petal. Thumb on top, index finger underneath. It holds the dowel rod in place, okay? With your opposite hand, you come over with your thumb, you pinch it up around the dowel rod, you let go because now you have a hold of the dowel rod, and you roll it between your fingers. Okay, place it down in the middle of the petal, thumb on top, index finger underneath. It holds it in place. Pinch it up and roll. You should be able to, once you, sorry, it stopped for a moment, my connection. You should be able to just pinch and roll it between your fingers. Pinch and roll. And not even have to look. Okay, we're going to flip it over so it will be assembled under. And we're still going to use our blue, the 3/16 inch dowel rod with the claw to the right. Pinch it up and roll. Rain in Texas. Thanks everyone for joining. This is a special crafting happy hour for Halloween Spooktacular. And then you flip it over and those are going to be rolled under. Oh my God. All right, now layer 1. We're going to use our blue 3/16 again. We're going to make sure our claw is facing to the right, so the hook is off to the right side. And we're going to roll them all up. So petal 1 has 8 petals. Place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll it between your fingers. Pinch and roll. Doesn't have a lot of a curl. Pinch it up and roll. So we're just rolling one petal at a time. I know my connection froze for a moment. Okay, so we rolled it with the claw to the right. You're going to flip it over so then the claw ends up being on the left, and you're just going to place it on your pile. So we had them stacked from largest to smallest, so we just flipped it over. Now you're going to take your next one, and we're going to make sure the claw is facing towards the left. Did I have that right? Yeah, that one was right. So with it pointing towards the left, you're going to use your blue dowel rod. It's your Coastal Blue 3/16. Place it down. Oh my gosh! I got some crows on Amazon. And if you needed some cute spiders, they have them at Walgreens. I did pick them up. I don't know where they are right now. When I went to get my prescriptions tonight. Pinch it up and roll. So pinch it up with your thumb and roll it. Okay. So we rolled it with the claw pointing towards the left. Now you're going to flip it over and the claw ends up being to the right. It's going to be the opposite of what we did on layer 1. So it's going to give this nice effect of alternating the direction. It makes it a super pretty shape. Okay, layer 3, which is still petal 1, we're going to keep the claw to the left. Okay. We're still going to use our blue dowel rod, which is our 3/16. Place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up and roll. Okay, place it down. You're basically rolling this little section up. So just pinch it up and roll. So I'm literally, it goes right where that claw is. Pinch it up and roll. And this is going to be assembled up. So we're just going to keep stacking them because it makes assembly so much easier. And the petal is still going to curl to the left so you can see how it's making that nice little sunburst shape. So now we switch to petal 2, which has 7 petals. So we're going to make sure our claw is pointing towards the right. So the claw is going that way. So you can see it here. We're still going to use our 3/16 inch dowel rod, which is our blue dowel rod. And we're going to roll this up. So place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up and roll. Okay, place it down, thumb, index finger, pinch it up and roll. Pinch and roll. What's the saying, Linda? Pinch and roll, soothes your soul. Pinch and roll. Oh, awesome, Bee. Thank you. Yeah, I'm loving this one. And in the brighter orange. So again, this is Orbit Orange from Astrobrights. It comes in a big pack of 250. It is a nice bright orange, but when you add that black, it looks awesome. All right, so now the hook is to the right yet. We're going to assemble it up. So just place it on your pile. The second one, petal number 2, we're going to make sure the claw is facing towards the left. So that way. And we are now going to switch to our purple dowel rod. So she's our 1/8 inch down here at the bottom. All right, so with the claw to the left, we're going to roll her up. So it's now it has a lot more gap on either side, so it's going to curl it a lot more. Pinch and roll. So you just don't want to rip your bottom. So what happens is I'm right-handed, so my curl does come in, and look how it gives that hook. Be careful. And what did Christy say earlier, V? Was it looks like Freddie's hand, the hooks. Or who's the one in I know what you did last summer? Didn't he have a hook? All right. Now it looks like a starfish. We're going to assemble this up. So you're just going to place it on your pile. Woo! Now we're switching to center 3. So we have 2 of these. Because these are super delicate, I'm going to roll them 1 petal at a time. So we're going to still watch where our hook is. And our hook is going to be facing towards the right. Or curving towards the right. And we're going to use our 1/8 inch dowel rod, which is our purple. And we're going to roll all of them up. Okay, so just place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Yeah, I thought he did. Yes, Freddie's claw hand. I love it, all the Halloween references. Thank you everyone for joining. Hope you're enjoying tonight's tutorial. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending when you're watching. We truly appreciate it. So we're just going to put this on our pile. And now this is our second of the 3-inch center 3. Our claw is going to be facing towards the left, so it's going to curl towards the left. And we're still going to use our 1/8 inch dowel rod, which is our purple. Place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Brenda, oh, I know. Between my day job, my maker's market, and this, I'm super busy. I'm just happy I can craft today. I just was looking forward to cutting and pasting instead of clicking a mouse because that motion hurts my hand so bad. And I don't want to look at PowerPoint or Excel for at least a week, but it'll be at least 2 days. All right, and we're going to place that on our pile. She just looks beautiful sitting there, right? Now we're still with center 3, but now we changed our size. We reduced it by 1/4 inch, so it's only 2.75 inches. Our claw is going to be towards the right, so we're always looking at this, the little shape. Now we're switching to my famous dowel rod, which we now call the Julie dowel rod. And it is a 6-inch dowel rod. We call it skinnier than 1/8, or if you're new here, we call it the Julie. It comes in my dowel rod set. There's 2 of them, but we don't have it color coded. It's just some extra ones I always threw in. You can, they used to offer them in Walmart in the craft section, almost like for, what am I thinking? Like your props, your photo booth props. But I'm not sure. I haven't seen them the last few times I was there. All right, so it doesn't have a color. It's 6 inches. It's skinnier than the 1/8 inch dowel rod. And again, we call it the Julie. So if you see my name next for dowel rod, it just means it's that. You can use anything skinnier, a toothpick, an end of a paintbrush, but it should be skinnier than the 1/8 inch just because our petals are getting smaller. All right, and we're going to roll them all up. And our claw is to the right. So place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Bamboo skewers, yes, Kathy, anything will work. Now I'm getting congested because I have the fan blowing on me. We're going to take our second one, and now we're going to have our claw facing towards the left. So make sure you flip it over. The curl is going towards the left. We're going to use that Julie dowel rod or anything skinnier than 1/8 inch. Pinch it up and roll. So literally it's rolling just the top part of the petal. Pinch it up with your thumb and roll it between your fingers. So for most flowers, we reduce the size of the dowel rod as our petals get smaller. Now sometimes we will roll them super tight to give it more of a dahlia look, but we are going to be having fun making lots of different flowers with this template. And place it on your pile. Actually, that one we're going to keep separately. I'm sorry. And now we're going to take our 4 smaller ones, which are center number 4. I'll do 2 at a time. We're going to take our precision scissors, so you can take the ones from Dollar Tree. Nice and little, $1.25 now. And we're going to cut in between each petal towards the center. And why do we do that? We want to get our center smaller than what it is now. So very carefully make a slight little cut towards the center. Don't cut your petals off. in between each. So you can see those little cuts. And we're going to do that for our other two. Now, sometimes it's harder to line up my petals because I place each petal individually to create my shapes of my petals sometimes. So that's why it's like the spacing I think is great, and then afterwards it's not. Cut in between each petal towards the center, a slight little cut. Very small. If you're more comfortable cutting one at a time, you certainly can do that. I do wear my glasses for this part. Now we're going to get a piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire. Well, that one's too big. I like to keep little pieces that I'm cut off from other projects. I hate Excel. I really do. I'm with all of you. I love PowerPoint, but I can't look at it anymore right now. All right, we're going to roll all of these up. I wasn't too concerned with the direction of my center because it's going to be all folded up and crinkled in the center. So it really doesn't matter. Right now, this one's to the right. Place your 18 gauge wire in between the petal or in the middle of the petal and pinch around it. It's going to have like a really nice curl to it. Yeah, I love Word and PowerPoint. Excel, ooh, no. But I had to do a dashboard, so. And I was just formatting it. I make it look pretty. Alright, so now you can see how the petals are rolled. So we're going to put them in their own pile, and we're going to do that for all of them. And again, I'm not concerned with the direction. I'm just grabbing them. Linda, yes, I agree. And I'm sorry about Wednesday. I worked till 9 o'clock. I couldn't see anymore. And you're rolling it, so it's mostly you're just getting the tips of it curled. All right. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for the love. Again, we're rolling our last 4 petals. We are making 2 flowers, so this is flower number 1. Flower 2 will probably take longer because I did not ink. Or pre-ink. Might have to plug my phone until then, right? Thanks everyone for joining. It's Friday night and we like to have crafting happy hour here. But tonight's crafting happy hour is super special because it's day 1 of Halloween Spooktacular. So be sure if you missed Forever Petals by V's tutorial today, you can get caught up, or maybe some of you made those flowers in between our tutorials. So you all are going to be super busy this weekend making flowers tomorrow until we go live. I know Julie's going to be super busy creating flowers for template 4, testing them. All right, so now we have them all styled. We inked with black soot on both sides with Distress Oxide. We used forest moss first on our sepal, and then we added the black soot. We rolled everything according to my document, which I will share then. And now we're going to assemble this girl. She is so pretty. So we're going to take our flower shaping mat, which is your soft foam mat. I do offer them in my Etsy shop. We have some special. We have flower camp ones still available. We have mod flower prints, or we have black right now. All right, so we're going to flip our large pile over because because we're not stemming this, we are assembling it from largest to smallest. So remember, layer 1 and 2 are rolled under. So since they are essentially lifted up off your work surface, we're going to take our metal ball stylus tools. So they come in a set of 4. They are available in my Amazon storefront or in my Etsy shop as part of a paper flower starter kit or different kits, or if you just need the metal ball stylus. So they have a different size metal ball at either end. And we're just going to take one of the medium size ones. And this is how we shape our petals. We roll the center. So you're going to roll right around where the petals meet the base on your flower shaping mat. So literally just go right around and it lifts them up. So that's how we get the effect of when you cut up the center of your individual petals. Flip it over. Roll right around, and now we're going to assemble. So you're going to, I like to use the Surebonder mini glue gun. It has a precision tip and it has a stand. I use the 8-inch Gorilla mini glue sticks just because I don't like changing my glue sticks very much. And I just put in a new glue stick. So we add some glue on the back, and now the magic happens. We're going to look at the top 2 petals, look at a petal, bring it straight down in between. And remember, these are exactly the same size. So it's going to give it a nice shape. Okay. Again, take off your pile and you always flip it over. So layer 3, the petals are rolled up. So go right around where the petals meet the base and lift them right up. So now they're lifted up off your tabletop surface. Add some hot glue on the back. And I like to rotate in between. We're going to look at our top 2 petals, look at a petal, and bring it straight down in between. These are all the same size, layer 1 through 3. So layer 1 and 3 are lined up. And look at it at press. Oh, good, Diane. I tried to get it in the mail for you because I know you're local. I'm just going to take a sip of water, friends. Brenda, yeah. On the supply list, I have black, but you can also use glow-in-the-dark paint if you wanted to. I painted my coffin black. Okay, you're going to flip it over. I'm going to switch to the second to smallest metal ball stylus. Now this is generally the one that you use a lot, these 2. So we're going to use the second end. Go right around where the petals meet the base. And now we're switching to the 7 petal. So gluing it on, you're still going to look for placement, but it's not going to work out exactly. So again, just kind of keep rotating it around. Look at the top 2 petals. Just choose a petal. Bring it straight down in between. And then you can also use your metal ball stylus to make sure. Rotate it around. Again, take your next one off the stack. Roll where the petals meet the base. And you can see they start to stand up a lot more. Has anyone not made a mini flower? Hi, Martha. Look at the top 2 petals. Look at a petal and bring it straight down. I'm just trying to see where I want to go. In between and press. I like to stand when I assemble because it allows me to get a more direct top view. So I may ink and roll my dowel rods sitting watching TV, like when I'm doing it on my own and not in a tutorial. Otherwise, I have to stand to assemble because otherwise mine go wonky or off center. How do you like that verb or adjective? Okay, Now we switch to center number 3. Again, you're just going to roll them. You can see a big difference in our centers. We went from a large opening to a much smaller center, but our petals are much longer. So just add some glue right in the center there. And again, keep rotating it around. I look at the top 2 petals, pick a petal and bring it straight down in between. Kind of throws you off just a little because we switched from the amount of petals. Ooh, she is so fun. I love this. I think she'd be pretty in the yellow with the marigold, crackling campfire. Roll your center right around where the petals meet the base to really lift them up. Ah, Martha, I'm glad she helped you. Look at the top 2 petals, choose a petal, and bring it straight down in between. Okay, then I give it a press. Ooh, I don't know, this might be one of my favorite flowers. It's always a surprise, like I mentioned earlier in our tutorials, when we design petal shapes. I never know what a flower is going to look like until I play around. And sometimes the craziest shapes make the most beautiful flowers. Like Template 4, those centers are Template 4 mini flower outside of Halloween Spooktacular. Like, it surprises me. Like, that one is crazy, but it makes such a beautiful center. Bring it straight down and try and keep them in between the previous layers petals. Now, you know, I love a full center, so we're going to fill this girl up. Now, I am going to try and make some that are not as full, just to have a more open flower. But, ooh, she's so pretty. Now we're going to work from the center out. So that's why I had you keep these 4 petals, which are center 4, and the last one of center 3. Okay? So I'm going to, again, roll this where the petals meet the base. Okay, and then we're going to roll all 4 of these. I don't really worry about what direction the claw's going. Okay, now for these 4, because we cut into the center, just roll it right in the center. And you're going to see in a second, try and keep your metal ball stylus straight up. Our center now is smaller because you can see it comes up on the sides. For one of them, just grab it and randomly, I try and fold it up with the petals in between and just crinkle it up back and forth any which way. I know, Valley Girl, you are going to have so much fun with this one. I loved your frog. Thank you so much for sharing that. That made my heart so happy. I love a frog. They're just so happy little creatures. Bring it straight down and glue it in your next center. So we're going to work from the center out for the last 5 petals because it's much easier to create it out here and glue 1 petal in there. Oh my God, I have a $10 reward from them. Rochelle, are you still on? Does your daughter still work there? I don't get over there very often. I don't go to the nail salon next to it anymore. It was getting too expensive to go there all the time. Fold up and around. I'm sure it is, Valley. You're not counting crows, Linda? Isn't there a group, the counting crows? Fold up and around. So again, the center, it's like it's almost like flames, you know? And we just keep gluing one inside the other. Now we glue it into our next petal. I always try and give it a moment to dry. Fold it up and around, just gather it. Add some glue. Hi, Bee! Thanks for joining again. And glue it into the center. Oh, she's so cute. She's one of my favorites, I have to admit. And then all we're going to do is glue our sepals on the back. So once you're sure it's dry there, we're going to place the glue with the petals rolled under. Well, good luck to Jadra for her volleyball. And then we're going to do the smaller one. So again, if you don't want to do a sepal because you feel it's not necessary, that's quite all right. And then I glue the smaller one in between the petals of the larger. And I like to glue my sepals under for the most part. Oops. And look how pretty she is. So we'll put her with, I made this mini coffin last year. So we'll just set them on there. And look how pretty it looks with the black. Ooh, so pretty. All right, now we're gonna go to flower 2. And this one I do have to add a lot of notes as we go along. We're still using Halloween Spooktacular flower 3. Where did I put my petals? All right, so that was our first flower of the night. It's just stunning. Sometimes I ink more than I do other times. And I like that variation. Yeah. Now, like I mentioned, I'm switching this one up a little. I added a few more layers. So this is number 2. She's super fun too. But I did switch it up, so I didn't really have directions. So we're going to see. This is how Julie works on the fly. I didn't even line them up. I cut them late last night. And now again, I use the Cricut Premium Fine Cut Blade. These are great centers to use on your large flowers. So again, how you can use them. Incorporate them with these large templates. So I'm just going to first get my petals lined up. Where's my paper? So 2. And Larry was cutting very weird. He was skipping petals last night. Because you know, when your Cricut machine knows when you're in a hurry. And it doesn't like to move fast. So we're going to stack our petals from largest to smallest. So we do have to ink these, so it's going to take a little bit of time. So thank you, Hey, Kim! Thank you all for hanging out. This is flower number 2. So again, if you don't want to make it Halloween-y, you can make it fall, Christmas, Easter, summer, spring, whatever season you want. All right, so we're using petal number 3 for flower 2. So this is a 5-petal flower. All right, so we need 2 of them at 4 1/4 inches, 4.25 inches wide. You need 3 at 4 inches wide. Oops, oh my God, everything's falling. 1 at 3.75, okay. 1 at 3, 0.5, one at 3.25, and one at 3. So I'm trying to vary our sizes so we have a little bit larger flowers too. And we're using center number 1. She's so fun. And we need 2 of these at 2.5 inches. And then for our sepal on this flower, we're using center 4. So we're switching it up and around. How, again, you can use the different petals to create different sepals for your needs. All right, so we need 2 of these at 3.75 inches wide. So now we're going to ink. And again, my directions may change over here, so I'm going to write it in my red pen. I'll type these up as soon as we're done into a chart and post it in the comments. That way, until you get the Spooktacular handout, you have directions. So here we go. We're going to ink. So bear with me. I will try and go as fast as I can, but oh, yeah, sometimes that happens with the red light, but mine was skipping petals, like groups of them. I don't know if I hit hide or what I did. So we're going to start with forest moss, and I'm going to add that over my green. So we're using the same green. I'm consistently using the same green for all of my sepals. So I just kind of go over them just to give it a little bit of color variation. Flip it over, add your green. Ooh, be careful. This one is a delicate one. And if you rip it off, you just glue it back on. I had to do that in my sample flower. So again, I just go over it with the green. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that'll be, yeah, definitely your centers you can use on those large flowers. That's what's so great about paper flowers. So now we're going to add some black soot again. So again, I have like 4 black finger dabbers started. Right now I just have like an abundance of dabbers laying around everywhere. And again, we're just going to add some black. Okay, let's do our technique again, Julie. Up the right side on all of them. So thanks everyone for joining. It's day 1. I am the second tutorial of the day. So again, if you missed it, be sure to check out V's page at Forever Petals by V, and I also shared it here on my page. Now we're going to come down the other side and go all the way around. I don't know why I didn't think of this technique before. Getting darker earlier here in PA, like before 7 o'clock, so it's perfect for your Halloween flowers and creating them. It's getting spookier outside. And my fingers aren't cold. They didn't turn color yet. Okay, once you made it all the way around with your right side, flip it, and now you can just come up the left side. Now, if it starts to hurt you in your finger, you can just hold them. I'll do that after a while of inking. It bothers my hand, especially because I was using my mouse so much. I think we got all the way around. Okay, so I like to add a little bit of black again because it is Halloween. Yes, Kim got to see. Kim, I did mention that you all got me out of the house and we had a nice dinner and it was great to catch up with everybody. Kim's at a craft retreat locally here in PA. Hanging out with all the friends. Having lots of laughs, I'm sure. And then we come back and we do our other side. So come down the side. Again, I apologize, I did not get to pre-ink anything for this flower. You know, life's busy for all of us, right? I should bring in my skeleton to join our party here. Okay, flip it over and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Just highlight the edges so I come down the one side and go all the way around. So much faster. So put your favorite Halloween movie in the comments. That way we can all get caught up and get inspired for Halloween Spooktacular. Doesn't have to be scary. It could be not so scary. Like a Disney one. It's hard. I don't know if I can choose. I saw Linda. I love that your pirate Skelly is dressed up as a pirate. Did you buy him an outfit? I'm like feeling a little jealous. My guy was like naked. I agree, Kathy. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, my guy's just naked sitting here. We should have had him sitting here all along. All right, I'm going to get a new piece of paper so my green doesn't go on my yellow. Or actually, I'm going to flip it. I didn't see theirs. They just had the plastic one. Mine I got on Amazon, and he does light up and he does talk. It's supposed to be 2 different modes, but I can't get it to go to another mode. I think it'd be funny if it turned on one day when my dad walks in the garage. Oh, nice, Linda. All right, so for all of our petals, we're going to add crackling campfire. This is what we use for our marigolds around here. The yellow is an old AC Moore yellow, which was in their old Spice Market. I'm just using it up. But you can use the Spice Market packet. Our Astrobrights has a couple different yellows. So use, whatever yellow that you want. I'm going to use crackling campfire. And in a circular motion, you're going to go in the center and then you're going to brush it out a little. So again, bear with me as we ink. Flip it over and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Brush it out. Oh God, somebody's doing a burnout outside. Okay, so step 1, we're going to do circular motion. I'm just going to put them in a pile. Again, totally up to you whether you want to ink or not. I'm giving you the full experience of inking. And then you can make your determination. Flip it over. Chrissy, oh my God, your boys are naughty. It's like the Jack in the Box, you know. Oh my God, that always used to freak me out. Like, which turn is going to make it pop out? Yeah, I have a couple different size skeletons here. Actually, Walgreens had a really nice one too at a decent price. I know Michael's were super expensive. Okay, we're just blending out a little bit. You can see it's nothing perfect, but it gives it that nice glow in the center. Because maybe our skeleton, you know, went down south and it's hot. Instead of going up north where it would be cooler or nice temperature. And it's kind of like a bloody mess. Like there's ketchup on them. I know, Kathy, it's getting harder not to ink. That's my problem. I don't know if I should plug my phone in. I might have to buy more crackling campfire unless it's my dabber. Shouldn't have been. Circular motion and blend out. Besides hanging with V&I, do you have any great plans this weekend besides making our flowers? And then we're getting a lot of rain and wind tomorrow into Sunday. Could be a wet commute to my craft area. Though it's not supposed to rain all day. Circular motion in the center and then just blend out. About halfway out the petal. Linda, how's your Jeep? So thanks everyone for joining. Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Both of our bundles are available and linked up in the description above. They are 50% off for the month. All the videos will be saved here on Facebook, and we each will create a playlist so you can easily find them. And once I get that handout made, they will all be linked in the handout with the written instructions for my tutorials and Forever Petals by me. Now, creating the projects, I'm not going to step-by-step write that out. I can generally write it up, but decorating it, it would be a super simple, but at least you'll have the flowers. And then you can watch the assembly of our projects and the supplies that you need. And we have a special tutorial tomorrow night with Florist the Explorers, creating the uncreated Halloween event. Or maybe he'll go rogue and create a Christmas one. Who knows? I wasn't there during his trip to a store. Oh yeah, Stephanie, because you're Maryland, right? Again, we're just adding some color in the center, so I go in a circular motion, and then we blend out each petal. How much inking you want to do is totally up to you. The good news is this is only a 5 petal. Ooh, Esther, that's nice. 73. Perfect Florida temperatures. That's what I like when I come down in the wintertime. I do like I have stretch pants on today. I was happy to wear a couple days this week instead of shorts. Circular motion and blend out. So what the perfect way, I think when's fall? Did it start or it starts this weekend? To kick it off with Halloween Spooktacular 2023. We appreciate you hanging out. We love collaborating, and we hope you love our collabs with V and I. So much fun. We wish we can be in person, but we will again someday. Flip it over, so both sides, circular motion in the center, and then blend out. So I just use a piece of old scratch paper, copy paper. This is drawing paper, a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11. And then for the centers, carefully in the center, okay? And then hold it at the base and brush it out. So you're kind of going over the entire petal, very lightly, with the crackling campfire or any color depending on what you use. So you can use, if you want to go with the darker colors, of course then if you use black, you wouldn't necessarily have to ink, or like a darker purple. Flip it over and do exactly the same thing. Circular motion. Hold it at the base so you don't pull it off. Now this is thin, so it did come off my mat. I was using a newer mat. My sample one ripped off, but I just glued it back on. Oh, I am getting hungry. All right, circular motion in the center. And then we hold at the base and we just blend it out. So our tutorials are a little bit longer this year because we're making our project on Sunday. So we thought we would switch up the format, and we hope you like that idea. And if you want to go back and look at 2022's Halloween Spooktacular, I know I have our handout saved in my PhotoFabPaperFlower Makers group, and it links to all the videos. We made a spooky clown last year. Still one of my favorites. So lots of great ideas. So don't forget about those. Now you can add a little bit more like coloring on the tips. You can go around. Do-do-do. How we doing? Taking pulse. How are we doing? Hanging in there. Thank you all for joining. If you joined late, this is our second flower. So our tutorials are a little bit longer. because we're making 2 flowers. Because we're making a project and we want to give you some variety to use in the projects. So you may want to have, I don't even know how many flowers we'll need, maybe like 2 of each, 2 to 3. Or pick ones. We aren't going to make a larger flower. Again, I'm just adding a little bit more of the crackling campfire on the corners. So pretty. It looks like it's on fire, doesn't it? Oh, now we're going to go back. Again, I'm sorry, it's going to take a little while. We're going to go around the edges. So we're going to go around one side. And then we can come down the other. Don't have to worry too much of getting in there because we're going to add some black. Flip it over, and now we're going to do exactly the same thing. Come down the one side. And you can see I'm not careful when I do ink, because it's amazing how it turns out. Like when you put it together. Come up the other side, and you just go all the way around. And we're going to put it on our pile and do exactly the same thing. No witches. We're making just flowers, and I posted the project list. So we're doing a coffin with a skeleton and a large one. With some greenery. You can also use the free Halloween leaves. So if you are newer here, I did upload in my PhotoFab Paper Flower Makers group, in addition to all the leaves that come with our bundle for Halloween Spooktacular 2023. I did upload 6 different leaves that we used in our eyeball pumpkin arrangement that you can also use in this one, because we have some tall ones in there. So just come down the opposite side then. So we're doing both sides. So yes, it's a lot of inking, friends. I might need to take a sugar pill. Whew. Trying to think when I ate lunch. 2 o'clock, 2:30. What time is it? 8:30. Okay, flip it over, and we're doing exactly the same thing. And my eating has been terrible this week. And now we're just going around the outsides with the crackling campfire after we did the centers. I just find it easier to do it in those steps. Hi, Sharon! You were at dinner, right? Come down the opposite. This is flower number 2. Flip it over, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Again, if you ink or not ink, totally your choice. I did do that side. And again. Thanks for hanging out. I'm fine. I'll take a pill. And it's getting hot, so that's usually my sign. It's dropping. Oh, good. I didn't even have Dunkin' today, friends. No latte. No time. Okay, now we come down the other side. I find this technique so much faster. Just thinking. I know there's always time. I know I didn't. Because when I was gonna go, it was like lunchtime, and I'm like, oh, I could be up too late. I'm super duper sensitive to caffeine. Almost there. Let me add the black. Does it take you all a lot of time to ink? Do you feel it's worth it for your flowers? I mean, I do. I love it. It's hard not to ink anymore. So I'm just going up the one side all the way around. And then I'll just come down the other side on each petal. Ooh, nice, Kim. Stephanie, yes. Yeah, the inking. It makes it look a lot more realistic. Definitely takes a lot of time. I know Chrissy made some recent projects, but I totally agree. Worth the love. So again, go up one side all the way around. I do like to do both sides too. Because depending how we roll them, if you're looking at it from the side, if it's hanging in an arrangement, a bouquet, you see it for sure. I'm just gonna grab a sugar petal, which is like a little mini sweetheart. So here's your intermission. I do have to run to the house, so I will be back in like 3 minutes. I'm back. What did you say? Anything? Did you all talk about me? I know, I ran down. They're in my purse at all times, just in case. Happens when I get stressed. All good now. Perfect. It should kick in any moment. All right, done with crackling campfire. Just like that. Right? All right, now we're just going to add a little black soot because we want to kind of coordinate it with our other flower where we had our black on there. So we're going to be using black with all of our flowers. Oh, Kim, thank you. Ooh, Jeanette, yes. Nobody said anything. No one said anything naughty when I was gone. You know, I'll look. All right, we're going to add it in the corners. Or, I'm sorry, in that little, the crevice. Like he was digging in the dirt. Our Krabby Patty here was digging in the dirt. So literally I'm just adding it there. She's going to be, now she's going to look a little bit different than this again because I changed my sizes, but it's, hopefully it works out. It'll be on those lines. But I love the addition of the black to it to highlight our shape, and it almost looks like it was charred. And when I get stressed, I cry a few tears. I ask for a hug from my friend, and then I get on. I acknowledge the sadness or stress, and then we move on. I have a little freak out. Maybe I need to make a list. Sometimes I go swing at the park too. And I know I haven't been walking, and that's when I know I get more stressed out. Again, I'm just adding the black soot in each of these corners. So thanks everyone. We know these are a little bit longer, so it's a little bit different format this year, and we hope you're enjoying it. You get to hang out with two of your favorite people all weekend long, right? Again, go right in that claw. If the claw actually gets charred like that, that's okay. I wonder if the football game's over. I don't hear the band anymore. Aw, thank you. Oh, thanks, Kim. I didn't stay up too late last night. I think it was midnight. 11:30 maybe. I don't know. And again, I'm going around getting the edges. And we were talking about Buggies and Bud's Shop Hop, how much fun it is, and that's where I stock up on all my Distress Oxides at all the local craft stores, because I do buy printed paper even though I don't need it. Again, we're just adding the black in the corner. So if you weren't making a Halloween one, you could do a darker color, maybe an orange, like you could do a darker red. Or anything, or not at all. But I like highlighting that shape. Say hi to all the ladies for me, Kim. Oh, Chrissy. Oh, yes, Linda. Thank you. I miss Chewbacca hugs. My friend, he tries to give me good hugs. He did this week, though. But I do miss a good Chewy hug. I don't even know when I'm coming back to Florida. That's the sad part. And again, we're going around. Just going in there in the corner, trying to get in that little hook. So some may have more ink than others, and that's certainly okay. Dun, dun, dun. You could have watched your favorite Halloween movie by now, right? And yes, I giggle a lot, friends, in my real life too. Not just here during our tutorials. Right in the corner. All right, now we're just going to add a little bit on our centers. So yeah, the inking is what takes quite a long time with your flowers. Totally worth the effort. Now I have a couple coffins, so I might do ones where I don't ink them and where they would be like darker colors, like the blacks, the purples. Though a red would look super pretty with the black. One more. Ah, thank you. You're all the best. Make my heart happy. I really do. I was so looking forward to this. Though, yes, it stresses me out. And Kim asked me how I do it all. I don't know. I try not to think about it, because I truly am in my happy place when I am cutting and pasting flowers and creating them and in my creative zone. You do what you love and you get it done, right? We do the best we can with what we have. Ooh, so pretty. So it was yellow, so now it's like an orangey tone, and then we have the tips that are black. All right, now we're gonna figure out how to assemble this. Again, like I said, I changed it from my sample and I didn't get to try it, so. Creating on the fly. Let's take our flower shaping mat, our soft foam mat. We're gonna take our 2 centers. We're gonna take our smallest metal ball stylus tool, and you're gonna roll in a circular motion to give it almost like a teaspoon shape. You're gonna do this to both of them. So you can, if you make these at a larger scale for your larger paper flowers, I probably still would roll them to give them a little bit of shape so they're not flat. So you can see it almost gives it like a teaspoon appearance. More realistic. And now we're going to do that with our second one. So again, I'm just taking the smallest tip, circular motion on all of the tips of this. And this is center number 4. Circular motion. Ah, Kathy, yes, thank you. Yes. Happiness all around. I'm here to spread joy and happiness and spooktacular creations. All right, for our seep. This was center 1, I'm sorry. This is center 4. We used 2 of these for our sepal. We're going to go ahead and use our Julie dowel rod again. This is something skinnier than 1/8 inch, and it does come in my dowel rod set. So this is a super skinny petal, so I'm just going to roll one at one time, and I'm kind of going at a little bit of an angle. Just pinch it up and roll it. I just want you to cry. You want me to cry? I don't want to cry. I cried enough this week of tears. Maria, I don't know. I know, I love that we call it the Julie. That makes me so happy. Flip it over. And we're going to roll these up again. So place it down. Again, I'm going kind of at an angle. Not kind of, I am. Pinching it up, and because I'm right-handed, they're coming in more at a right. Oh, okay. Martha, okay, I cried enough tears. Just a few. And like I like to say is there's no crying and banking, and that's how I cheer myself up. Now this one we're going to have to watch. I'm going to add a little bit of glue because I did pull it a little. So she's a little droopy. Poor girl. We'll just do a little surgery there. Yeah, where's Tammy too? Thank you for tagging them. Where's the Friday night crew too? But thank you all for joining. And we know it's long, a lot of chit chat, but that's what's so much fun. We get to know each other, share our lives, and that's what brings us together in such a fun crafting way. And even though this is a special event, we still like to talk. All right. I'm just going to roll them individually. We're going to keep our claw to the left. We're going to use the 5/16. And again, if you join late, I'll post the sizes in a chart as soon as we're done. Well, I'll have to type them up. So we're going to have our claw to the left. We're going to use our red 5/16. We're going to place it down the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. It's going to only have a slight curl, and that's okay. These are our bottom layers. You can see I pinch it up with my thumb, I let go, and I roll it a few times. We're going to flip it over, and those are going to be rolled under. Okay, so with the claw towards the left, these are my two largest at 4.25 inches wide. We're going to use our red dowel rod, 5/16, pinch it up, and roll. Nathan, he said he had a work seminar he's attending, but he will try and listen in or watch at night after he's done. I remember him saying he had to go to a conference. Okay, we're going to flip it over. So layer 1 and 2 are rolled under. Claws are now showing to the right. Okay, we have 3 at 4 inches wide. And we're going to keep our claws to the right. I'm going to roll them one at a time. We're going to switch to our green dowel rod, which is our olivey green. Okay, so I'm going to keep these stacked. We're going to place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Pinch and roll. Okay, place it down, pinch it up with your thumb, let go, and roll. Give it a little wiggle, roll it a few times between your finger. Okay, now these are going to be assembled up. So for this flower, instead of alternating our claws, all of our claws are going to be going around, almost like a pinwheel. This is our second 4-inch wide, and this is layer 4. We're going to still use our green dowel rod, which is our 1/4 inch. Place it down the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. So again, give it a few rolls. Okay, and we're going to place that down on our pile, and it's going to be assembled up. Okay, claw is to the right, so that means the curl is going to the right. Place it down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. So we're continuing with the 1/4 inch dowel rod, our green, our olivey green. Over here, they're flipped under. No, these are rolled up. I ink both sides. This is how I stack them. And this is literally how the flower will be assembled, but I'm going to flip them over then. So largest to smallest. These are rolled under. Our sepals are going to be assembled under. So I stack them how I'm going to assemble them. For the 3.75 inch flower, again, the claw is always going to be on the right now. So curled to the right. We're going to switch to our Coastal Blue 3/16. And now you can see it's going to curl a lot more. So you're going to pinch it up and roll. Pinch and roll. And like I mentioned, it's going to be a little different than this one. Okay, take your next one, claw to the right. And we're going to, again, use our 3/16 inch dowel rod, which is our blue. This is our 3.5 inch. Place it down the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Yeah, the stack is exactly how we're going to assemble it from largest to smallest. That makes it a lot easier for me. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, our claws to the right. This is our 3.25 inch wide. Place the, again, we're using the blue 3/16. Place it down the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Thank you all for joining. I hope you are liking today's flowers with Template 3 mini flower from the Halloween Spooktacular 2023 mini flower bundle. So whether you choose to ink or not, she's super beautiful. And this is our second flower of the night. This is a 3-inch wide flower. We're using our 1/8 inch purple. And we're going to place it down. Our claw is curled to the right. Pinch it up and roll. So in my chart I'm going to post, I'm going to say the claw is to the right. That means that curl of that hook is pointing towards the right. Place it down the middle of the petal, pinch it up, and roll. Now we might cut into the center. We shall see. Again, because I switched up the sizes. We already styled our center. We have our sepals already rolled. Now we're just going to assemble her, okay? So I'm going to flip my stack over. And now they're ready. So I literally just lift them off my pile. Layer 1 and 2 are rolled under and they're exactly the same size. I always make layer 1 and 2 the same size because it makes it a nice shape to your flower. The difference is with this one, I'm adding 2 more layers. I'm going to lock my door. I just heard a noise outside. 1 second. Can't have anybody stealing me during Halloween Spooktacular. Oh my god. Okay, we're going to roll the center where the petals meet the base. Patricia, I choose it because if they're wider and the larger petals, I want to stay with a wider dowel because I don't want it to have a lot of curl. If I rolled this large petal with the 1/8, it's going to be so curled up, and this is my bottom layer. I want it to be more open and flatter. So I'll start with a larger dowel rod. Look at how much space I have on either side of it to see how much roll it's going to give. Again, go right around where the petals meet the base. Add some hot. All right, where's my charger? After all that inking, I can't lose you. All right, my phone might move. 1 second. Okay, we're back. I might lose the comments. Okay, all right. Take our next petal off. We always lift it over. So now layer 3 is rolled up. Roll the petals where they meet the base. Now rolling over the inking is a little, it's not as smooth. It's Probably my brother. He likes to scare me. He's going away tomorrow. He's going down to Charleston, I think. Or Savannah. Yeah, I don't know. One of them. Top 2, look at a petal, bring it straight down. I'm excited because it'll be quiet. He's not here right now. Flip it over. Might have been somebody in the parking lot next door for the apartment building. Okay, look at a top 2 petal, look at your petals, bring it straight down. Keep rotating in between. Just like you do your large petals. Okay, you're always lifting them up and placing them down on your work surface. Roll the petals where they meet the base to lift them up. Okay, look at your top 2 petals, look at a petal, bring it straight down in between. Different look, super pretty though. Okay, lift it off your pile, roll the petals where they meet the base. Look at the top 2 petals, look at the petal, bring it straight down in between and press. Oh, she's fun. Okay, take your next petal, roll around where the petals meet the base. We're really lifting them up. Okay, we're going to look at the top 2 petals, look at a petal, bring it straight down in between the previous layer's petals. That highlight of the black definitely is the way to go. Should I cut into this? We're going to roll this right where the petals meet the base. Now look at 2 petals, look at a petal and place it in between. All right, now you can see our center's getting super duper tight, and we know I love a full flower. Oh, Phyllis, thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Thanks, Martha. Our center's getting smaller, so it's more difficult. So we're going to, for the last 3 petals, create it from the center out. So I'm going to cut in between each petal. This is our petal 3, and this is our 3-inch wide one. So we're just going to make a slight little cut in towards the center in between each petal. So if you look on the back, you can see those slices. And I'm going to make a note on our instruction document. We're going to also cut in between each of these petals towards the center. Very carefully, a slight cut. It's literally maybe 1/8 of an inch. Hope you're excited to spend your Saturday with us. Tomorrow I go live first at 4 p.m. Eastern. V is at 6. And then Florist Explorers is at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we start in the afternoon and we end up in the evening. You have a full fun day with us tomorrow, friends. Again, cut in between. You might want to cut in between before you roll it. Almost looks like a dirty candy corn, right? With the dirt. With the yellow and the orange. You could do, you know, a white with some red ink to make it look a little bit gory. You know, I'm all about that. Cut in between each petal towards the center. Now we're going to create it from the center out. So you're going to take your smallest metal ball stylus, roll it literally right in the center, and watch those petals come up and around. Right in the center. It's magic. And then right in the center of your last one. So we're going to start with one of our center ones, and we're just going to, they're all going to go on top of one another, which makes it super easy. You can squeeze it a little bit at the bottom. Add some glue on the bottom and a little bit around the sides where that center is still at. We're going to glue it into our second one. So you're going to open it a little. Just place it right in there. Give it a moment to dry. Just pull up the centers around. They're both exactly the same size. Now I did make this much smaller than my first one. You add glue to the back. And we're going to glue it, oh no, I'm sorry, to the underside and glue it into our center, our petal. So this is petal 3, 3-inch wide. Fold the petals up and around. So it just encases it. Add some glue to the bottom. Oh, Wendy, I got my greenery at Michael's. And I didn't get a lot. The ones in my photo I got at Michael's. Look at a petal and place it in between. I am going to use some of our leaves. Ooh, that worked out perfectly. Ooh, thank gosh, friends. You can use, where are they? Oh my gosh. You don't even want to see my craft room right now. I don't know where my bag of ink and all that I did for homework last week is. Where's my pumpkin too? You may want to get some of, this is the free leaves in my makers group. There's 6 leaves, but there's some really tall ones. And these will be perfect for the project. You just glue 2 together and you put the 20 gauge wire in between. And then I added some black ink. So you can see they're perfect. They're nice and long. Right now, all we need to do is glue our sepal on, and then our time's up for today. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm going to, with the petals rolled under, add a little glue to my sepal. And I like to do 2. I'm going to fold that down with the petals rolled under. Now, even though we're doing a project and we're not stemming, you could stem these. Stem them, if I can talk. Ooh, so pretty. Look at her. She's so fun. And that is our tutorials for today. I didn't cut any leaves yet. I have to. So let's bring back our coffin. It's a nice showcase for our flowers. And again, this one was my original one. I did switch it up, and I do prefer that one. The center's too tall here. Bothers me. And I added up 2 more layers. But if you didn't want to, you can just subtract the 2 larger layers. And I switched the center up a little. But oh my gosh, they're so pretty. And again, this is template 3 mini flower from Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Oh, thank you. Thank you, friends. I hope you love them. And again, this one's inked a lot more. So depending if I have a heavier hand with inking compared to this one, it all depends. So you can see, and it gives it like a chalky gray. This is the Orbit Orange from Astrobrights. And this is a yellow from the old AC Moore Spice Market pack, but you can use any yellow. They would be super pretty in an arrangement because of the shape of them. So here's where you can then mix your shapes of your flowers. So you're going to have a totally different shape, and I love that about it. So you can have a rounder one like a peony, but then you mix in these spiky ones. And definitely the ink on those tips I like a lot. So a dark, heavy hand on the tips. You're very welcome. Thank you all for joining. I know it was a long one, and I hope you enjoyed day 1. So I finished out day 1. Tomorrow I start day 2, 4 p.m. Eastern, and we work with template 4, and we do it all over, and it's a full day tomorrow. So we will see you tomorrow for day 2 of Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Thank you, my friends. Have a great night, and I will be working on posting your sizes in the comments when we're done here. Bye.